Hey warrior, welcome to today's workout. So today I want to do something a little bit different. We're gonna spend some time stretching and mobilizing our lower body. So instead of making this a high intensity leg workout, I figured let's take some time giving some love to our legs in a different way, and we're gonna stretch them out, and I hope that this is something that will also relieve those of you who've been telling me that your lower back's been acting up and whatnot. So hips, lower back, and legs is what we're gonna focus on today. I think it's gonna be really good, actually. I'm looking forward to it. So what we need is definitely a mat, and if you have trouble getting your hands to reach the floor when we do a forward bend, I recommend getting something like, if you have yoga blocks, you could also grab a book, something that you can use to just help yourself like stabilize on the floor, and then we can move in this direction. I just don't want you guys to be just hanging out. We will spend a time hanging out, but I don't want you to be hanging out, just hanging free and flowing down there for the whole time. You can also, use a foam roller for that purpose, something like that. Quick, just a little sentiment about foam rolling, as well as massage, as well as if you have a massage therapy gun, that looks like this, something like this, and you turn it on and it massages with vibration. It's pretty awesome. Or if you have none of those and you own a tennis ball, which works just as well, to not only stretch the muscles and create mobility, but kneading the knots out. Our body naturally develops knots in the fascia tissue of our body. It's kind of like a saran wrap that covers our entire body. It's under our skin and above our muscles, and it also wraps around every muscle and wraps around every organ that we have. And this fascia tissue hosts our lymph nodes, and what happens is energy and what's the word I'm looking for? Energy and tissue get wound up, I guess is the best way you can say, and form a knot, which just means that the tissue kind of becomes stagnant and blood flow and circulation and movement does not get into that area, and it feels painful. It feels like, oh, I have this tight muscle, I have this knot in my back. And when you apply massage and pressure to it, it helps release it. It helps kind of get that knot unworked and then allows circulation to come in. That would ideally take place before stretching happens. So there are some videos on foam rolling on the tutorial area, I believe. So I would check that out if you are interested in working out your own knots. I do it regularly and it makes a world of difference. World of difference. I would not spend this much time talking about it if it was a waste of time. Painful, but definitely worth your time. So don't get scared by the pain. It relieves, don't worry. So, all right, I just want to kind of transition because I want this to feel just a little bit more relaxing. So we're going to just begin, and bear with me because I've actually never really recorded something like this before. So let's just all take a deep breath in, raising your arms up overhead and kind of drop down. Bend your knees to roll up. Nice deep breath in, arms overhead. Flat back to come down, and then let everything hang. And bend your knees and roll up. And one more. Flat back to come down. Everything relaxes. Good. Let's hang out down here for a second. So we're going to shift our weight right and left in our hips. Breathing. Here is obviously if you want to have some support. And we're going to start making a figure 8 with our hips. So forward, back, other forward, back, right, back, left, back. And then we're going to bring it into our upper body too. Right, back, left, back. Good, bend your knees and roll up. One more time, up overhead. And this time I want you to come down flat back. And you're gonna hang as low as you can. I want you to try and stretch the back of your legs here. And what you're gonna do is cross one arm over the other. So you're grabbing the opposite elbows. And we're gonna take 3 deep breaths here. Breathe into your lower back. Breathe into your legs. Breathe into your chest and rib cage, and then you're going to shake your head no and yes. One more time, no and yes. And now you're going to reach down for the floor and see if you are any bit closer to reaching the floor. You may be, you may not be. Let's bend our knees and come up. So we are going to start at the top of our mat. We're going to do a similar like walkout thing that we've been doing, but we're going to squat down as low as you can, and you can have your heels come off the floor here. We're going to let our heels, one heel touch the floor, twisting our weight from one leg to the other. Opening up the hips as we do it. You can even look behind you as we do this, one side and the other. Then we're going to step back into plank, and you're going to bring your right foot up outside of your right hand, and we're going to just let our hips drop. And I'm rocking back and forth, or left and right in this position. Step the right foot back and step the left foot forward. Drop the hips. Left and right. Good. Step back into plank, and then we're going to do a down dog. So you're going to push into the palms of your hands and raise your butt bone up into the air. Take a nice deep breath in, and you're going to step the right foot up again. This time, we're going to make circles with our knee over our right foot. So if I were to face you this way, it kind of looks like this. I'm making a big circle over my foot. So from here is just some calf and ankle flexibility that we're working on. Whatever direction you're going, switch direction. Good. We're going to step back and hit another down dog. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, settle in a little bit more. And then the left foot comes up to the left hand, and let's do those circles around the left foot this time. My whole body is circling around my left foot. Change direction. And good, bring it back to a down dog. Good, drop the knees. We're gonna come into a cobra. So for this, you're gonna squeeze your glutes, and we're gonna bring our hips closer and closer to the floor. Taking a nice deep breath in, keeping our chest as tall as we can. Letting our hips drop to the floor. Keeping your glutes engaged is important because it keeps the stress out of your lower back, but allows our abs and our hip flexors to stretch. Good, we're gonna bring it back into that down dog, and we're gonna bring it to the lunge position again. So right hand outside of right foot. This time we're going to rotate towards the front leg and open up. Open up as best you can, and then come down. Let your hips drop a little bit more. Nice deep breath in, open it up. And bring it down, let the hips drop a little bit. Keep your back leg straight. One more, reach it up. Try and open up a little bit more. And drop the hips. Step back into your down dog again. And left foot comes up, outside of the left hand, same thing, let the hips drop. Rotate toward the left leg. Bring it down, let the hips drop. Rotate toward the left leg. Bring it down, hips drop. And rotate toward the left leg, trying to open it up a little bit more. And down, hips drop. Good. Downward dog again. Right foot outside of the right hand. You're going to rotate towards. You're going to bring it down. You're going to step back, drop the knees, and do a cobra. So we're going to do a cobra in between each one. Squeezing the glutes, you're going to press your left hip into the floor, rotating a little bit to the right, and then you're going to press your right hip into the floor. And then your left hip, and then your right hip. Good. We're back up. Left foot outside of left hand. Rotate towards the left, try and straighten the back leg. Bring it down, drop the knees, cobra, left hip down, right hip down, left hip down, right hip down. Right side again. This time we're gonna rotate away from the right side. This one's always harder for me. Rotate away from the right side. Try and straighten your back leg. Drop your hips a little bit. Step back. Cobra. Twisting right and left. I do it 4 times. Now we're gonna do another time to the left, and you got it. We're gonna rotate away from the front leg. Very good. Drop the hips a little bit. Bring it back, drop the knees. Cobes. We're gonna do that one more time. Right foot, outside of right hand, twist away. Straighten your back leg as much as you can, squeeze your quad. And we're down, drop the hips. And cobra. And last one, left foot outside of left hand, rotate away. Oh, goodness. And drop the knees. Cobra here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring it back into child's pose. So you're gonna sit your butt onto your heels if you can. Reach your arms out in front of you. Take a nice deep breath in and try and fill the space in the sides of your back. Breathe in and try and fill the space of your lower back. Good. Let's do one more cobra together. This is one of my favorite stretches to relieve lower back pain. So for here, we're gonna kick up one leg and try and still let your hips drop. And then the other one, kick it up, try and let your hips drop. So this is stretching our quads and our hip flexors a little bit deeper. Kick it up. Kick it up, let the hips drop. If you don't want to be that high, you can be down here and also lift up from there. Actually, let's all do that together. Let's all lay on the ground, and you're going to kick your leg back, and you're going to try and grab your foot, your pants, your sock, whatever, And I want you to pull that leg a little bit towards you, so you're gonna feel a stretch in the front of your leg. And at the same time, you're gonna squeeze that butt cheek. And you're gonna push your hip into the floor. So you're gonna try and push your hip bone into the floor. 1, 2, let's do one more deep breath. 3, release it to the other side. Kick the leg back, grab whatever. Squeeze your butt cheek, push your hip into the floor. 3 deep breaths. Good. Child's pose it. Breathing into that lower back space. You can even push one hip down and then the other in this position too, and it gives your lower back a little bit more of a stretch. So from here, we're gonna go into kneeling hip flexor. I like to double up my mat for this. So we're in a one kneeling position. Same thing that we just did. You're gonna squeeze this butt cheek, and you want this to be as straight as possible. So if your back is arching, you're gonna tuck those hip bones under. So many things are happening here. Okay. Squeezing the butt cheek, you're gonna raise the same side arm, and you're going to slightly lean your body forward, stretching into the hip flexor here. We're gonna open up to the right, and then close it. And again, open up to the right, close it. Open up, close it, open up, close it. Good. And we're going to stay in the same feet position, but you're gonna sit your hips back and straighten the front leg. So now we're trying to get a stretch in the hamstring. Just a little bit, since a little bit weird. I don't do it well because my hamstrings are super tight. So giving myself grace and just meeting myself where I'm at. Let's come back to kneeling hip flexor. Arm is up. Tuck the hips under. We already feel a stretch. We're gonna lean our body weight slightly forward. We're gonna turn to the left this time, and then to the right. And then to the left, and then to the right, and then left, right, and good. Hamstring stretch. I like maybe put one hand on either side of your legs. So there's actually less stretch down here than there is up here. So try and stay up here if you can. If not, bend your knee a little bit. Let's do one more hip flexor stretch. This time you're gonna reach your arm up and back. And then relax. Reach it up and back, keeping that glute engaged, that hip pushing forward. And one more, up and back, and hamstring. Good job, you guys. All right, switch it around. Shake it out if you need to. Oof. So opposite leg in front. Squeezing the left glute, if that's the leg that's back for you. Left arm up. Push the hips slightly forward, open up to the left, and forward. Open up to the left, and forward, left. One more. Good, sit it back, try and straighten the front leg. Not too much has to happen here for you to get a stretch in your hamstrings unless you are pretty flexible. Let's go again. So we're gonna go squeezing the left glute, turning to the right and forward, right and forward, right and forward. Good. Stretching the hamstrings. bending your knee to get a little bit deeper stretch in your hamstring, and you don't have to worry about the other muscles getting in the way. Come on up. Left arm is still up. We're gonna squeeze our glute. We're gonna raise our arm up and back. And relax. And again. And relax. And one more, up and back. And good. One more hamstring stretch. Breathe into the place that is stretching and kind of burning the most right now. Okay. So we're gonna move into the next, and this is a Z sit. I'm gonna double up my mat and I'm gonna face forward. So for this, you're gonna have your right leg bent in front of you, and then the left leg bent back here. Oh no. Well, now we're here. We're here, so we might as well do it. Okay. So what we're gonna try and do is, using our glutes, is squeeze and lift ourselves up onto the shins, and then sit your hips back down. Let's do 4 more together. Squeeze and push forward, so we're stretching here. If you need to put a block under your butt cheek, do it, or a little book or something. Good job. Okay, let's switch those legs around. So the other leg is gonna fold in front of you, and then the other one is behind you. Z. Sort of Z. All right, lift it up. We're doing 5. Pushing that hip flexor forward, sitting down with control. Good. Okay, I'm actually gonna go back to this side position with you, and what we're gonna do is almost get into a cobra again. Here, hold on. I'm having a brain fart right now. How did I do this before? Oh, I know. So what we need to do for this is have our knees spread quite far apart on the mat. So far and far. All right, we're gonna feel that in the inner thighs for sure. We're gonna almost do a child's pose here, where you're gonna sit back onto your heels as much as you can. And then we're forward, and you're gonna try and drop your hips to the floor as much as you can. So my legs are kind of in like a frogger position, because my big toes are close to each other. They're not quite touching, but they're almost touching. And then we're gonna drop the hips down to the floor. So my legs can almost open up back here if you wanted them to. Drop the hips to the floor. Those inner thighs are working. This was part of the stretch, but I'm not quite sure how I did it last time. I'm gonna save it for the next stretch because my brain isn't figuring out that puzzle right now. Let's do one more. Let your hips drop, inner thighs stretch, and good. Last but not least, we're gonna do a pigeon pose. So for this, one leg is in that Z position, that front leg, and the other one is behind you. So here, you're probably gonna notice there's some space between your butt cheek and the floor. So we're gonna close into that space and allow the cheek to sit on the floor, even if we have to lean a little bit. And then we're gonna come back to middle. And then we're gonna sit into it and lean. And then coming back to middle. Trying to drop in the middle a little bit more every time. Drop. Middle. 2 more. Drop. Middle. 1 more. Drop. And middle. Good. Let's switch sides. You can do this by coming into a down dog and then bringing the left knee forward and laying it on the ground. Other leg is straight behind you. We're going to drop the left booty cheek to the ground. Breathing as we do. Back middle, try and drop a little lower in the hip. Drop the hip to the floor. Coming back the middle. Hip to the floor. Coming back to the middle. And another one, hip to the floor. And one more for fun because I just lost count. Good. Let's come back through down dog if you can. Might be a little bit cumbersome and awkward. Do your best. I'm just gonna pedal my left foot heel down and then my right. Pushing into my hamstrings as I do this, straightening one leg and then the other. Good. We're gonna come back into that right leg pigeon. And this time, we're gonna reach. So if you can come down to your forearms, do it. If you need a pillow or a book, put it underneath. And we're going to reach to the left side. So the right leg is in front and we're reaching to the left side here. And as we do, you're gonna try and squeeze and sit into that right hip a little bit more. We're still going up and down. Sorry if my voice just got like real loud because the mic is up front and center right here. Good, now we want to walk over into the right side a little bit and reach that left hand to stretch the left side lat. And we're just going to hold it and take 3 deep breaths. Left side of your body should feel stretching, opening. And come back to the center. Come on up slow. Push back into the down dog. Pedal the legs, left and right, bend. And then left is going to come forward. My wire is being exposed. So this time we're going to come down onto our forearms and we're going to reach to the right first. And our hips going down. Ooh, this one's tighter. And up. And down. The left side is tighter. I often have... But the other day I was experiencing pain in my lower back, and I know it's because my body is tight on my left side. Never forcing really, always just kind of like letting gravity in your body know what's possible, but not forcing it. Do your breath to create space. So now we're going to reach around to the left side, and the right arm's going to be over here on the left side, reaching, touching the right. And good, you guys. So come on around, have a seat on your mat. That's gonna be it for today in terms of stretching our hips and back, and a little bit of legs. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you liked it, definitely, well, let me know what you thought. If you liked it, definitely let me know. And if you want more videos like this, just comment below and tell me, yes, I want more stretching videos. Tell me what you like. Do you like the length of it? Do you like the pace of it? Do you like the music? Do you like the vibes? Do you prefer something different? Do you want me to do a different muscle group? Tell me what you want. I will do it. I am your master. No, I want to just create content that you guys will like, and if it's too fast for you, if it's too slow for you, give me all the feedbacks. So on that note, let's take a couple deep breaths in together. One hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. And when you breathe into your belly hand, I want you to try and push your, I want you to try and think of expanding your pelvic bones. We're going to try a different cue today. So when you breathe in, I want you to try and expand your pelvic bones, and then we're going to collapse as well on the exhale. So here we go. Nice deep breath in. Nothing major, just a little shift in the pelvic bones. Just take a moment and notice what you notice about your body. Does it feel any different? Feel a little bit more open, more circulation, more calm, a little less tense. What about your mindset? Does it feel the same? A little calmer, a little more open, a little less tense. Something I always notice about myself when I bring attention to it is between my eyebrows, it's always tense there, and I have a line to show it. So when I feel that, I kind of tap on that area. Tapping is a known, it's like a light little tap. Tapping is a known relaxation technique, and it'll kind of relax my eyebrows a little bit. Also breathe into that space when I inhale and try and relax my eyebrows that way. All right, you guys, open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me in this first time Warrior Team, Warrior Evolution stretching video. That's like done as if it was a workout. So thank you for that inspiration. I wouldn't have probably created it in lieu of a major workout, a Friday workout, but it sounded like it was needed, so I created it for you guys. So thank you for that. All right, warrior, who are you? I am strong. I am powerful. I am a warrior, and I am ready for what's next. And I hope that whatever you created in this workout today, that you take that with you into the very next thing that you're doing today and throughout the rest of your day as well. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.